disconnected from the internet and everything. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday.
Oh, it's going to be one of those days.
It is. It's good to be back. It's been ages. It's been nearly 2 months since we saw you, I think. So do say hello if you're there while my laptop just connects and I just turn back on again. Yeah, I was looking today and I think it was something like the 20th or 21st of Feb since we last did a live. So
very long time.
It's been a while. Aims the lights aren't on.
Oh.
Am I looking a bit dark?
Yeah, I thought you were looking a bit dark.
Yeah.
Here's me moaning at you that you're not ready.
Yeah, exactly, you see.
I didn't
This is
even
what
have the
happens when you
lights
decide
on.
to go half an hour early. Never quite works out. We'll never be ready. Actually, you know what? Even if it had been 5:30, we'd still be rushing.
We'd still be rushing
We'd still
around.
be
I
rushing.
was apparently ready at 1:45.
Yeah. We say, oh, we've got ages. And then suddenly it's 5:30. So, yeah. So, anyway, we're back. It's good to be back to catch up with everybody. It's just, as I say, it's been quite a long time. We were going to come up and do a live at the end of March, but you probably heard, if you've heard, there's been a big fire in Midhurst, and the lovely Angel Hotel and several businesses next to it has burnt down. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong page. Burnt down, which means the North Street, the road that runs outside the sewing room here, has been closed, already been closed for a month, and it's probably going to be closed for a good while yet, I would think. So it's making it tricky for everyone to get here because we've got to go on quite long diversions around country roads and things, so it takes us a bit longer to get here. Anyway, so it all got very complicated, didn't it, last time when we were going to come up. So we thought, no, do you know what? Really sorry. So, hi Sandra, thanks for joining us. So
Hi Jilly.
Do say hello if you're there. I am, yeah.
Are you with us?
I'm with us
Are
now.
you in the room?
I'm in the room now. I'm in the room. I'm here. I've got my tea.
Do you want to explain to people why we're late?
While we're late?
Yeah.
I was making tea.
Yes.
I had to have tea. Hi Claire, how
Hi, Claire.
are you? Nice to see you. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.
There's some people on Instagram as well. We've got Vintage Event Bars, who I think might be Dan.
Hi Dan, how are you? Good to see you.
Cynthia's here.
Hi, Cynthia.
Barbie's here. Cloning Couture, is that
Oh, Mary. Hi,
Mary's
Mary.
here.
Oh, thank you, everybody. It's so nice to be back to see everybody. We've had a crazy couple of weeks. Apart from the fire. Obviously, we're very lucky. It's not affected our business at all. We're very lucky, apart from the bit of smoke just afterwards. So Sandra says it's a good excuse getting tea. Hi, oh Maggie made it home. That's quick. Maggie was here for the cover stitch machine workshop today, so we did a nice introduction to cover stitch. Hi,
see you next week, Claire.
Yes, next week on the Makers Atelier retreat next week. So we'll be busy getting ready for that. So yeah, what else has been going on? So much has been going on. We've had lots of workshops since we last saw you. We've had sewing schools, shirt dresses, the sew-alongs. Hi Joe.
Hi Joe.
Nice to see you. We've done a couple of sew-alongs with the Camile dress, which actually got the one behind me, which I've still got to put the collar on. So I put the collar on, it was a bit tight, so I took it off. This is the Soho dress I'm wearing now, a Maison Fauve Soho dress, which was another sew-along that we finished in February. So there's all done. Our next sew-along, just so you know, is the Canton Moto jacket. So it's like a little biker jacket. Hi Catherine.
Hi Catherine.
So if you'd like to make a little biker jacket, have a look at the sew-alongs. We're doing that in mid-May, I think we start that.
Hi Nan.
Oh, hi Mum. Thanks for joining us. So that's in a couple of weeks. Middle of May, we're doing that one, the Canton jacket. We've also had, as well as a blazer workshop, we've had the Brighton Sewing Retreat, which was great fun. Seems ages ago now, doesn't it now, the Brighton Sewing Retreat. We had a lovely time. Oh, hi Mary. Mary's watching us in New Jersey.
Hi Mary.
We're looking forward to seeing you as well, Mary, in July. Mary's meeting us in New York when we do our New York part of our trip with the cruise. It'll be so nice to see you again. We had our Brighton Sewing Retreat. Lovely week down in Brighton. Lots of lovely things were made, and we had lots of lovely food. We went out for dinner and things, didn't we? It was really good. And then the following week we had Stitch Festival at the Islington Design Centre. So we were up in London for the week. That was great. We've met so many people, didn't we, Ames? It was lovely. It was so lovely. I was teaching most of the time. Ames was running the stand with my sister and friends. It was lovely. We had a really good time in Islington. And Louise, lovely Louise came and helped us. And Louise from Ethel and Joan Buttons. Got new Ethel and Joan Buttons actually on the table somewhere.
In this box.
On the website, yeah. Ethel and Joan, the lovely button lady, we were right opposite her at Stitch Festival. So always good fun. Oh, hi Jen, how are you?
Hi Jen.
Nice to see you. Yeah, so that was lovely. Stitch Festival had a really good week. There was lots of good fashion shows and yeah, just lots of good stuff to see. Always good to do a show, catch up with people. What else have we been doing? Tunic Bible workshop, that was great. You might have seen some pictures of that. We had the Easter sewing school, loads of lovely things made over the Easter 3-day sewing school. That was only last week.
Yeah,
I've only been last week. Goodness me. I don't know what day it is.
Friday.
And then this week, level 3, our dressmakers portfolio level 3 started this week. So that's the introduction to pattern cutting, which we've done. Hi Jackie. Jackie was here last week on our Easter sewing school. It's lovely to see you, Jackie. So we had level 3 started this week. So we're doing the moulage. We're using Kenneth King's book to draft a moulage. So we started that this week, and I've got 5 lovely ladies doing that, and they're doing a really good job. Really good job. It's very tiring. They're all a bit exhausted, and some of the ladies, like Maggie, came to the cover stitch workshop today as well. So they were real suckers of punishment. 3 days of me teaching them loads of stuff. Hi Catherine, nice to see you.
Hi Catherine.
So yeah, so it's been a really busy week. So yeah, so even though we thought we had plenty of time today for the live, we still managed to be late.
As always.
But I've got my cup of tea, so I'm all right. So what have you all been up to? Do tell us what you've been up to as well.
Janet's home as well.
Janet, well done.
Blimey.
That was quicker than we thought, wasn't it? 2 hours door to door. Blimey. Janet was here today, by the way. Janet's been here for 3 days, so and has quite a long journey. And I know she was really worried about the M25, so well done, Janet. That's really good. I'm glad you enjoyed the workshop today. We had a lot of good fun playing with our cover stitch machines today. It was really good, really good. So yeah, it'd be lovely to hear what you've all been up to. It's been ages since I've seen a lot of you. We've got coming up this weekend, actually we're doing the bias skirt, making a bias skirt here this weekend. Claire's coming to that, so that'll be good. And then, as I said, we've got our Makers Atelier retreat next week. So next week we'll be in Brighton with Frances from the Makers Atelier. Oh, Janet says the A3 was, it was the A3 Junction 10, I know. That's where, where you always say about the woods there.
Oh, the scary woods.
Scary woods, yeah. Yeah, Janet's, there's loads of roadworks there, and it always causes Janet's real hold-ups. But
Barbie said she's had an article in the US Threads magazine.
I saw that, Barbie. I've got the Threads magazine. I haven't read it yet, but I also saw Barbie on the Threads, Know Your Threads podcast as well. I saw you there, Barbie, as well. That was brilliant. Well done. Congratulations.
Famous now, Barbie. That's
She's even more famous.
Even more famous.
Yeah, it was great. So yeah, if you listen to the Sewing with Threads podcast, Barbie is there talking about making wedding and prom dresses and alterations and all the sewing stuff that she does, all the brilliant stuff that she does. So Jackie is working on her Zadie jumpsuit. That would be good. Oh, well done. The Zadie jumpsuit's got quite a sort of binding around the edge of it. So Jackie started that last week on the sewing school and is just finishing that off now. So yeah, so that's really good. What else have I got to tell you about? We've got coming up when we get back from the Brighton retreat. I don't think we've got much time off at all. Probably not. Maybe. I don't think so. We have the jeans workshop, so you can come and make some jeans. We use the Closet Core Morgan or Ginger jeans, so you can come along and make those. And then we have a lovely vintage sewing weekend. Vintage sewing weekend, we use patterns by Till the Sun Goes Down. So Till the Sun Goes Down do lovely vintage inspired patterns which you can use. Oh, Julie's making bunting and coronation waistcoats for the big day. Great and East pattern. Oh, easy pattern. Okay. By McCall's. I know, I did look for our bunting today. Actually, it's in a cupboard somewhere. Because the bunting's all out in the town here for the coronation. So if you wanted to make bunting, don't forget we did make bunting for the Jubilee. Was it Jubilee last year? We made those the year before. We made loads of bunting.
It was last year.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And there is a video on YouTube of all our different bunting, celebration bunting ideas. Yes, Claire, you should listen to the podcast. Barbie can give you lots of advice. on. Oh,
Sorry, I'm
you're just testing lights.
Yeah, there's something going on. There's like a lot of shadow.
Oh, so just not the back under my eyes.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Yeah, definitely, Claire. Listen to that podcast. It's really good. Barbie's got some great tips. Things she does. Is it the same article in Threads, Barbie, about the same as you did on the podcast, or is it more stuff? I haven't had a chance to look at my magazine. We're so behind when we got our magazines here. It's ages after you had it in the US. I'll have a look at it over the weekend. So your vintage sewing weekend using the lovely patterns by Till the Sun Goes Down. So we always have a really great result, and often they're made in lovely things like silk crepe de chine and things like that. So looking forward to that one. We've got an Introduction to Couture workshop, which is a one-day workshop. That is just learning some of the techniques used in the Chanel style jackets that we teach a class here, and we do a retreat based on making a Chanel style jacket using Linton, lovely tweeds from Linton. And on that one-day class, we make a sleeve using lots of couture techniques, which is a really good. You've done it, haven't you, Ames, that one?
I loved it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a real introduction to hand sewing, hand stitching, working with lovely fabrics.
I walked into that class hating hand sewing and walked out wanting to do loads more.
Yes, that's really good. Really good. So yeah, it's a good introduction. If you've not done anything working with Linton or done any couture techniques before, that's quite a good day to come and do it. Just making a sleeve. That's all we get round to. Which I think is quite good in a day, actually.
I think it is,
It's only a small sleeve.
Oh, that's true, yeah. It's not a full-size sleeve.
It's not a full-size sleeve. Well, it's full-size for some people, not full-size for
true.
me. And then after that, we have, you may have noticed I've been putting some posts up about lovely guest tutors that we've got coming to the sewing room. We've got quite a few lovely guest tutors, one of which is Wendy Gardiner. Lovely Wendy Gardiner is coming here to teach some crazy patchwork and disappearing 9 patch, and those two are half-day classes, so you could do both of those techniques on the same day, or you could just do one. Oh, Janet's got a glass of wine. Cheers, Janet.
Good job.
I'm so glad you got home safe. That's good. So yeah, if you fancy learning some patchwork or quilting techniques, Wendy's doing some other techniques later in the year, but I think it's in May. She's doing crazy patchwork and disappearing 9 patch on the same day, so you could book both of those or just do one of them. We've also got Claudette Joseph coming back to teach us some more origami pattern cutting. I was hoping to have some samples here to show you, but they haven't arrived yet, but they will be here in the sewing room, and I'll put some pictures up to give you more idea of the wonderful work that you can create. So you can bring along a pattern that fits you, like for a fairly simple dress or skirt, and Claudette will show you how to add the origami techniques to it, the TL pattern technique. So they should be great fun. I've also got the lovely Justine coming to teach tambour beading. Justine has worked for all sorts of couture houses, very excited about that. She's worked for Alexander McQueen and all sorts of things. And she's coming to teach tambour beading in August. So have a look at that. There's a few places left on that. But I have definitely got my place booked on that one. I'll be doing that. So yeah, if you fancy doing something a bit different. And then in the autumn, we have the lovely Mark Francis coming back. And he's going to teach how to make a waistcoat using his new pattern called the Waistcoat Collection, and that's got 4 different types of waistcoats or different details you can add to waistcoats. So if you'd like to do that, make a waistcoat with Mark using his lovely new pattern, have a look at that. So yeah, we've got some great guest tutors coming. I'll still be around, and you'll still be around, but you know, it's nice to have some different people in just to mix it up in case you're a bit bored with all the things that I'm doing. You never know. So have a look at the website, it's all there. And also let us know if there's anything you'd like us to bring in. I know we talked about smocking. I'm still trying to find somebody who might do a smocking workshop. So I think that'd be quite a fun thing to do. I was looking at some videos of smocking machines this week. I know, I'm very sad. But I was looking at fabric being pleated through a smocking machine. I think that'd be a lovely thing to do. And then learning all the hand stitching.
Oh, I saw that video.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't work out what it was doing at first, and then
pleating the fabric ready for smocking. Yeah, so let us know if there's anything you'd like either us to get a guest tutor in to teach, or something you'd like me to teach or run a class in. In fact, the cover stitch machine workshop today was thanks to Maggie and Margaret, because I've been saying I was going to do one for ages, and they said, right, okay, when they were here on a workshop. So maybe put a date in the diary. So so thanks to Maggie and Margaret, we did a cover stitch.
Catherine saying, are you doing a class on the top down centre out trouser fitting technique?
Yes, I do. I use that technique on the trouser class, on my trouser making workshop, Catherine. So if you come book on any of the on the trousers. I think
Perfect fit
perfect fit trousers. We use that technique on the perfect fit trouser workshop, and it works very well. Yeah, it's very good, very good. It's a really great technique. You may have seen it in Threads magazine, and it's a technique where it's a bit like if you were doing the palm pletch tissue fitting, where you just make one leg basically and you fit from there. A little bit more to it, and it's supposed to help you be able to fit yourself, but it's still quite difficult to fit yourself even with that technique. So, but it's a good one to do in class. So I do that. I've got lots of one-legged toiles and waistbands that we can use. So yeah, so if you fancy doing that, we're doing that one already. That's good, doing that one already.
That's new. I came to that class about a year ago and we didn't use that technique then.
Yes, it is new. It is. It's a bit over a year ago. Yes, I use that technique now. So we do a slightly
You did it on the most recent class, didn't you? But
we've done it on the last
before.
two. I think we've done it on the last two workshops. We've used that. Yeah, last two workshops. So it gives a slightly better fit, which is really nice. I think.
Sorry if you can hear like a mumbling in the background. It seems that the barbers are having a little mothers' meeting outside. I can hear them all.
I thought I could hear that.
Yeah, I can hear them all through the floor. So
you know why?
I don't know if you lot can hear them as well.
I think it's because the road is so quiet outside.
Yeah,
You've got no
normally
traffic.
there's traffic. Yeah,
there's no traffic going past at all. It's so quiet with the road being closed. So.
Oh, they've stopped now.
No, you can't.
They've stopped now.
You can't hear anything. It's really quiet.
Yeah.
No buses.
No,
Although there's been
the
a few
occasional
buses
siren because they're allowed through.
They can come through with a code on the gate, can't they? Yeah, it's really bizarre how quiet it is here at the moment. So the town is still open though. All the shops are still open. It's just you can only come either in from North Street or come in from South Street. You can walk down. You can walk through past the barriers. And it is really sad actually. If you walk down, you can't have looking at it, can you, Ames?
No, it's horrible.
Where the fire is and
it still smells.
It still smells of smoke, even though it's a month ago. So yeah, like I say, we're very lucky. We're very lucky. But
Sue Castle's on Instagram now. She said Facebook was playing up.
Oh, I see. Susan's been doing lovely level 3 as well. So a busy week this week. So I've been keeping an eye on what you've all been up to. Maggie made her lovely cape and wore it to Cheltenham. I don't know if you saw that. Maggie made a beautiful cape, and it's quite a while ago because obviously we haven't seen you for a while, but do have a look back through Midhurst Sewers to see Maggie's beautiful cape, which was like a large dog tooth, and she had a beautiful hat on with a big feather. It looked fantastic, Maggie. Yeah, Gilly's saying it is really sad and eerie. It is, isn't it? It is really. It's like a film set, isn't it? Like one of those bizarre film sets. Yeah, so Maggie wore that beautiful cape to Cheltenham. Suzanne's been really busy as usual. Fantastic work by Suzanne. She finished a Molly dress, several pairs of trousers after doing the Perfect Fit Trouser workshop. She did the Camile dress on the sew along, 17 pairs of shorts for her grandchildren and 9 skirts. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, Suzanne. I know Suzanne will be driving home as well now. Yeah, really amazing. Tanya made the lovely Zadie blouse but on the sewing retreat, and she put a picture of that, wearing that when she finished it at home. And Sally has made a beautiful kilo wrap dress and the new Xanthi pattern by, well, it's not quite so new now, but the recent pattern by Starlark.
Yeah, it's nice that dress.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's got pleats on the front. Barbara's made it and Cynthia was making it on the sewing school as well. It's a really nice dress. If you have a look at the Xanthi dress, it's got a collar and a V-neck and then some pleats as well. So that's really lovely, the Xanthi dress. And Louise put a picture of herself up wearing her jeans as well, her lovely ginger jeans, which still need a little bit taking in, but nearly there with those, which is great. So it's always lovely to see what you've been making, because I'm terrible at getting pictures done. You know what I'm like. I always mean to take pictures at the workshops, and then I'm really bad at it. So it's great if you go home and take pictures. We did get some at the sewing retreat, didn't we, actually? We did take some. There was lots of lovely things made on the sewing retreat. So you do post your pictures of what you've been making on the Midhurst Sewers page. It's always great to see things. I was looking to see what news there's around this week. A few bits of news. There's if you're in London this weekend, there's the Sew Sustainable Show. That is at Craft Central, which is West Ferry Road in Island Gardens in London, 10 till 4 tomorrow. Lots of small craft and sewing businesses. Ethel and Joan are there, Maven Patterns. So if you're in London, that'd be a really good one to go to. There's a few exhibitions that we're looking forward to, apart from Crown to Couture at Kensington Palace. Diva starts next month at the V&A. I think it's next month. And there's still the lovely exhibition at Japan House. I think Gilly put a picture of it up with the beautiful braiding at Japan House in Kensington. It's a kimono exhibition in Kensington as well, the textile, Islington Design Centre. No, Kensington Design Centre. Just the Design Centre. And Kensington High Street. Anyways, have a look at that as well. So some really good things to go and look at.
There's also the Vivienne Westwood corset exhibition in there. It's in their shop.
Do you know when that starts? Has that started already?
It starts in May, so it's in Paris at the moment, and then it's coming in May. If you follow Vivienne Westwood on Instagram, they posted about it yesterday.
Yeah, definitely a good thing to go up to see that. If you're
it's all the corsets.
In London, I'd love to go and see that.
Yeah,
I
it'd be
really
really
cool.
cool.
Touch them and look inside.
Probably not.
I love Vivienne Westwood corsets. I think they're beautiful.
They've brought out a necklace that is like a corset that's been squashed.
Oh,
It's really cool.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. So yeah, a few things to do if you're up in London. If anyone else knows of any other exhibitions, it's always good to have a look and see. I think there's the one coming up at the Met in New York. If you're in New York, Mary, go and see that one at the Karl Lagerfeld. Yeah, I think that starts after the Met Gala Ball, which will be in a couple of weeks. First Monday in May is the Met Gala Ball, and the theme to that is Karl Lagerfeld inspiration. And I think, is that motorbikes going past? See, it's so weird when a car goes past now, you really notice it.
Yeah, they're all going, oh, we can't get through.
No, the road really
those signs that are up down there they're true, those signs.
So the Met Gala Ball theme is inspired by Karl Lagerfeld, and I think Vogue magazine this month has got lots about that, so I must try and get that. And then the exhibition at the Met in New York will also be inspired by Karl Lagerfeld. So I think when we go out for our trip in July, it finishes in July, but I think we might just catch it when we arrive. So if you're out there, Mary could go and see that. Be really good.
I'm sad we don't get to see that.
I know. Well, we might if we get out there early before the 16th. I think it finishes. We could go. Amy's looking out the window now to watch all the cars driving off the barrier and turning around.
Yeah, those motorbikes went all the way up.
I think last week some of the motorbikes were getting off and pushing their bikes past the pavement. Yeah, to get through.
Has anyone bought the new Karl book?
No, I haven't. Have you got it, Gilly? I'd be interesting to see that actually. Oh, Sandra says she's looking forward to New York.
Yeah.
Something else to do today when you get out there is go to that exhibition. Mary's going to check it out. You can check it out for us, Mary, and let us know.
Yeah.
We should rush.
I'm hoping actually there'll be something at FIT because there usually is.
There is. There's something now, but it finishes before we get there, so I'm waiting for the next one. There'll be other exhibitions to go to. Yeah, I'd like to see the new Karl book, but definitely. I saw it's got good reviews as well, Gilly. I might have to get it. You know I like a good book. As you can see.
The evidence behind you.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things that I think, I should get that. It's for the business, for the sewing room, for people to look at. So yeah, we'll get that and bring it here, then you can all look at it. But we'll get Vogue magazine as well, because there's lots of designers who are inspired by Karl Lagerfeld have made garments and had them photographed. I think they're in the magazine. I would imagine they must be what they're using at the exhibition as well.
Vogue are also doing a live. I think it's like I don't know. I didn't read it properly. They're doing like a live that you can go and watch. So it's of the Met, of the carpet, of the red carpet.
Oh, brilliant!
So you can sit there and watch it, and it's you can actually do it properly because it's difficult for us. We can't watch it like we could if we were in America.
Yeah, I did that for the Oscars though, and it's so late at night. I tried to do the Vogue one at night. Oh, Mary wants to come to the Chanel exhibit.
Well, you could always come on the cruise, Mary.
Yeah, but the Chanel doesn't start till September.
Oh.
Come on the cruise next year.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's on for a year. I'm sure.
I bet it won't be.
Might be on for a year. If it is, that'd be good.
Yeah, come next year, Mary.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. I'm a member, so I can go any time. But the first lot of tickets that were released were sold out straight away. So it's worth joining the V&A just for that, isn't it? So anyway, we started off talking about that with the So Sustainable show, didn't we? So if you're up in London for that, some new fabrics. Some of the fabric stores have been talking about their lovely fabrics. Fabrics galore have got some lovely tencel lawn. I do like a bit of tencel lawn. With some beautiful fabrics. Fabric Godmother, we're talking about their new dead stock fabrics. So you have to get them before they go.
Oh, there's some really nice braid as well.
Fabric Godmother?
Yeah, really nice cotton braids. Like daisies and things.
Lamazi, double gauze. We do like a bit of double gauze, and Lamazi have got some beautiful double gauze at the moment. So do have a look at that as well. But I'm really liking Tencel Lawn. So yeah, maybe Fabrics Galore would be a good one to have a look at for that. So a few new patterns as well. So you'll be watching the new patterns. Merchant and Mills have got 2 new patterns: the Crawley dress and the Denham jacket. Talking to Cynthia about this because I thought it was a bit like their jacket they've got already, but it's a more feminine style. It's a really nice denim jacket, quite sort of chunky one. So have a look at that. That's nice. Got a nice diagonal pocket on it as well. The Crawley dress is a bit like it's a smock dress, like an artist smock, so if you like that sort of style. The Maison Atelier brought out a pattern for the tie front blouse, which is a bit like if you had the tie front, if you had the book, the Maison Atelier book, it's like the one that's in there, that's slightly updated and brought out as a single pattern. So if you've always wanted to make that but not be able to get hold of the Maison Atelier book, that's available now as a PDF pattern on the website. So do have a look at that. It's great. That's a really great pattern. I've got a couple of those tie neck blouses, really nice. The assembly line have brought out a new blazer pattern, which is really nice. It's a very simple standard looking blazer, but then I was looking at it and it's got pocket flaps on it, but they're sort of fake pockets. It's just the pocket flaps, and the pockets are actually in the side seams, so like inseam pockets. So that's quite unusual. So have a look at the assembly line. Assembly line do some great patterns, so it's worth having a look at that for their new blazer pattern. Style Arc. Now Style Arc have brought the best patterns out recently. I think they have the Celeste woven shirt. If you fancy a challenge, I mean, Style Arc patterns are always a challenge, aren't they? We do love a Style Arc pattern, but they can be quite a challenge. And the Celeste woven shirt.
What do you mean? You don't like small seam allowances and no instructions? No instructions. I don't know what you're talking about.
Although this dress, the Camile, it had for the simplest dress really, had two or three pages of instructions.
Whereas the denim jacket we made had half a page.
Exactly. So yeah, so Style Arc do some great patterns as long as you sort of you know what Style Arc patterns are like, but great designs. And the Celeste is lovely. It's like a fitted blouse with lots of panels and then Godet bits in it as well. So it sort of comes out. I'm not going to get it because I'm really tempted to make it, but I haven't got time. I've got other things to make. And there's also a new pair of trousers called the Claude woven pants, which are high-waisted. You might like those actually, they're high-waisted trousers. Quite nice as well. So if anyone else has spotted new patterns, it's always good to know, or any special offers are on. There isn't many special offers at the moment, is there? I haven't seen many.
No.
Even Sherwood's, I haven't even seen.
No, that's true.
Surprising.
Actually.
Sherwood's have been very quiet on their special offers. Anyone seen any special offers at the moment? I didn't spot it in my inbox this week. I tried to keep everything. I try and keep everything logged so I can tell you about it when I'm doing the lives. The fold line are pretty good on their patterns, letting us know what new patterns are. But those are the ones that I spotted that I liked the most. So do let me know if you spotted any new patterns. While we're chatting, I'm going to do a little demo. A while ago, it was a while ago because we don't do such regular lives now, but I started making a shirt on the live. Remember, I did the burrito to join the front and back on a shirt, and I did it. I know Amy doesn't like me doing full size demos because she has to hold the camera, but I decided I'm going to make a shirt dress and do it a little bit each time on the lives, and then we got distracted doing other things. So I thought I'll get that out again today, and I'm going to show you how to do a collar and get nice perfect points, which is something that I do demo quite a lot here in the sewing room, but we realised we haven't done it on a live. So yes. I thought we'll do that today. So Amy's going to bring the camera in so that I can do a demo. If you've got any questions or anything you want to tell us about while we're doing this, do let us know, and I will get my. Oh, did I thread the machine?
I did it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Alex.
I thought you wouldn't want bright blue.
No, I wanted white. So I did get white. So this is my collar. here. So I don't know if you remember, this is the lovely linen and cotton fabric that I decided to make my shirt dress rather. I'll wait till the camera stops wobbling.
Sorry, this is like slipping.
It's because you've got your new heavy phone on.
No, it did it last time.
Amy's got a lovely new phone, so Instagram may have a better picture than Facebook today. So these are my 2 collar pieces here, and I always make the collar. Something cutting out there. My collar first, and then next time I show you, I'll show you how I put the collar onto the dress with the collar stand. So this is the collar. I've got one interface. I've got the top collar interfaced. Bottom bottom collar is not interfaced. If you've got a very fine fabric, you could interface both. If you want a very stiff collar, you could put canvas in here, just in between the layer of the interfacing and the fabric. So there's lots of different options when you're doing a shirt, but I've kept it simple and just done interfacing on the top collar. Now the important thing when you're wanting to get nice corners on your collar is to mark your turning points. This is when we're going to come up here and turn along here. So you need to mark where you need to turn. So if you measure 1.5 centimetres from each edge, if I haven't told you before, a standard tape measure is 1.5 centimetres or 5/8 wide. So check your tape measure, but it does make it very easy if your tape measure is 1.5 centimetres wide. If you do mark your stitching lines, where those 2 lines cross, that's your turning point. Okay, so we'll do that same thing on the other side. Mark your seam allowance from one edge and then from the other edge. So I am going to make this shirt now, so this dress rather.
Hopefully by October it'll be ready.
A little bit each live. There we go. So that's, just going to do that again because that doesn't look quite right to me. There we go. This is a friction pen, so it's not a black biro. It will disappear when I iron. So I've got my two points marked. I'm going to put a few pins in to pin my 2 pieces together. And then we'll go to the machine. So I love making shirts. I'm sure you do as well. Shirts, shirt dresses with French seams and nice buttons and buttonholes. We'll cover that one week. In fact, one little tip that I often do is do the buttons and buttonholes before I attach the collar. If you're putting buttonholes right up the front of a shirt or a shirt dress, you put the collar and the collar stand on and then you try and do that top buttonhole. It can be quite tricky. So if you finish the front of your shirt and then do the buttonholes before you put the collar on, it can make life a lot easier. Because you have to remember to do that, because it doesn't often tell you that in the pattern. So just another little tip. Right, let's do one more pin there. There we go. So you notice that I pinned at each end and then pinned in the middle. That's so because when you're pinning, often you'll pull one layer longer than the other. You get to here and you've got one bit longer than the other. So I always pin at each end and then pin in the middle to get it to fit. And that's particularly happens when you're working with one piece of fabric that's interfaced and one that's not. So I've got my machine all threaded up. Amy threaded my machine up for me. Thank you. Hold the line. I just need to get the foot under my foot. There we go. So I'm going to start stitching at the bottom here, bottom of the collar, at my 5/8 or 1.5 centimetre seam allowance. Oh, Julie's saying she loves the bicycle shirt she made on the workshop. It's really cool. Really cool. It's a good shirt. So I'm going to stitch towards the collar. That thread out the way. When I get about 1 centimetre from the turning point, I'm going to put my stitch down to 1.8. The reason I do that a bit further away, because it always seems to take a few stitches for the stitch to get to that small length. So I'm going to start it a little bit before, and then I'm going to get to the corner and stop with the needle down. It's always tricky when you're doing it at a funny angle, so bear with me if it's not exactly on that dot. It looks like it is to me. Now I'm going to take a piece of thread. You want something nice and bright, makes it easier, and I always use red because I've got loads of red. So take a piece of bright colour thread, raise the foot and put the thread up between the layers of fabric, right up against the needle. So you're going to go right up against the needle like that. Lower the foot and do one more stitch forward. So one tiny stitch, because we've gone to 1.8, one tiny stitch forward. So you've stitched over the thread. You can check that by taking hold of both pieces of thread, putting them towards you, that's around the needle. Take both of those pieces and put them down between the layers. So right out of the way, I'm going to put those threads between the layers. There we go. And then lower the foot. I've turned the corner so I can stitch towards the other end. I can go up to my normal stitch length. Sorry, Ames, full size collar.
Yeah. I'll just stay holding it. It gets very intense around this point.
Yeah, collars seem much bigger when you've got somebody leaning over your shoulder with a camera. Okay, so we get to this end. I'll do it again so you can see it on this end. Going down to 1.8 and stitch to the corner. Raise the foot, grab another piece of thread. I'm going to put the thread between the layers.
Susan Castle is asking, what's your favourite classic shirt pattern?
Oh gosh, do you know, I don't know.
We're struggling at the minute, aren't we? Because the ones we really liked that were like a Vogue one or a McCall's one is discontinued.
Yeah, every time we like one, it gets discontinued. So I'll tell you, I think the Archer shirt, there were a few people making Archer shirts on the Brighton Sewing Retreat. That seemed quite nice. That's by Grain Line. I haven't made it myself, but there was a few people making it, wasn't there, on the Brighton Sewing Retreat. So I'm taking that thread through the layers there and lowering the foot. I'll go up to 2.4. Have a look at that one. Okay, so done my stitching. So you can see I've turned on the corner, the threads are between the two layers here. So we're now going to trim this collar. You could layer it if you wanted to, just for speed, because I know that Amy's watching.
Oh, it's all right.
I'm
not holding it now, it's back on the tripod.
I'm going to trim the
You've gone
collar.
off camera, could you just come down here a bit?
Yeah.
That's it. Well, one camera, you're on one camera and not on the other. There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
So I'm just trimming about half the seam allowance away. If you're going to layer it, trim away the one that hasn't got the interfacing on. So that's the underneath one.
Oh yeah, Claire Mole says she was making the Archer very long sleeves.
Oh.
Gilly said, isn't the one we made in class a perfect classic?
It is, but didn't we have a bit of problem with the finished garment measurements on that one, Gilly? We used a simplicity pattern.
Error on the pattern.
There was an error on the pattern, and I haven't heard that they've corrected it. So it was a classic. It was a really nice classic shirt. Yes, it was. But there was a little error with the measurements on it. So I'm just cutting the corners off. So I don't cut my corners straight across like this. I take them at a slight angle. So I'm taking out some of the bulk either side. So I've trimmed away half the seam allowance there. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could layer it by taking away a little bit more of this underneath seam allowance here.
And so that's the non-interfaced one.
Non-interfaced one. Make that one shorter because that's the under collar. The next thing you do for any enclosed seam is press the seam open. I'm going to finger press this because I haven't got my iron here. But I would normally, this is a tailor's board, which makes it very easy to press your seams open right into the corner. You could use the back of a pair of scissors or back of a point turner as well would work. So just press the seam open all the way along. Luckily this is a nice linen and cotton, so it's pressing quite nicely just with a finger press. Pressing the seam open first just means that it'll be easier to press it once you've turned it through. The edges will sit nicely. Okay. So now's the fun bit. Turning the collar through. So I put my thumb into the corner and turn it as far as I can. Can you see that corner at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
And then pull your threads. And there we go. Look at that lovely pointy corner. Same on this side. Turn the corner as much as you can. Take hold of your threads, your 2 threads, and pull like that.
Beautiful.
Beautiful pointed corners. So I would then press this. If you're going to top stitch your collar, I wasn't planning to top stitch my collar.
Not right now, you're not going to.
I wasn't planning to. But, thanks, Ames. But if you
haven't pressed it.
No, I haven't pressed it. If you were going to top stitch your collar, leave these threads like this, because if you're top stitching and coming down here and you want to turn, particularly if you're edge stitching, it can be really tricky to turn that corner without the point of the corner going down to the machine. So you can use this like an anchor to pull through.
Also, you can get like a little bubble there, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
Well?
So if you use this little thread, this thread as an anchor to help you turn the corner when you're top stitching, and then when you have top stitched, you can just take hold of one of the threads and pull it out, and you've got your lovely pointy corner. So there you go. So we'll
wonderful.
Give that a lovely press, and then next time I will attach the collar to the collar stand.
Do you know what, actually, the collar stand to the shirt is like that's where I go wrong every time.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Every time when I made this dress, actually, you don't want to look at that bit. It's like the collar stand attachment is not good.
Okay, I'll show you my little tips for that next time.
Thank you, because I do have a shirt coming up that I want to make.
Thank you, Jackie. Jackie said that's amazing. It's so easy to do, so do give that a try, because it's lost the picture. It's really easy to do, and it's worth it. It's worth it. Okay, so that's my little demo. I think Amy's going to come in and do her demo now.
Yeah, I just need to make sure I've zoomed, because I zoomed in. I'm just zooming back out.
Oh, is it a bit close up on my nose?
No. Okay, if you could just shifty along this way, please.
I'm just shift over.
We have a wider angle now on Instagram, so more's fitting in, which is good.
That's good.
So, yeah, that's good.
Okie dokie. Amy's going to come in and say hello.
Take measure. Hello.
You've got a lovely dress on today.
Yeah, got my the Ira by the Patterns Room in fabric. Got by the fabric. Am I higher than you?
Yeah, we never checked that beforehand.
I know, every time.
Oh.
How was the dentist? It was fine.
It's just a dentist.
Just, standard. Yeah. Standard dentist sitch. No, it's all good. Yeah, it was annoying because my appointment had been moved twice. Oh, I think I'm on my dress. I'm on my dress, that's right. But anyway, it's done now.
Yeah, all good.
All done. So, yeah, there's not really much news. There's the Makes Atelier retreat next week. I've been busy organising this week. We do still have a place. If anybody is last minute free next week, we do have a place on the Making a Coat with us in Brighton. And then it's the Couture retreat, which is fully booked. The cruise after that, which is also fully booked.
Yes.
Dartington 1. Oh no, then we've got Brighton.
Brighton in August.
Brighton in August, which does have places on it. If anybody wants to come to Brighton in August.
Oh, that'd be so nice. August in the sunshine.
Lovely. So, yeah. There's nothing new just yet. We're still waiting for next March's Brighton retreat dates. So don't worry if anyone was on it this time. I know we said we'd get in touch. We haven't got the dates yet because somebody else had the dates we wanted. So we're just confirming which week we're going to do it.
Yeah. Hi, Marianne.
But we will let you know as soon as we know. Promise.
Yeah. There's still some spaces on the second Dartington retreat, isn't there, in November?
Yes, in November.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there is. So yeah, that's it.
good.
Just going to do a cocktail,
Yeah.
I think. This
Brilliant.
is our first, it's almost sunny. Is it summer? Not quite, but we have got a bit of sun now and again. So this
like
is
it,
in aid of that.
I always feel summery when we have a cocktail. I was having cocktails in London with my sister last weekend. I went to see Hamilton and stayed up in London last week, and we had cocktails. It's very nice.
So yeah, this is there's a cocktail mixologist I follow on Instagram because that's just the sort of sado I am.
It's no more sad than watching smocking machines.
It's true, yeah. You're looking at smocking machines and I'm looking at new cocktail recipes. And this cocktail is called White Linen.
Perfect.
And you've got ingredients that we have in the sewing room. One of which I have brought out a few times, but we have a bottle of it and we need to get through it. It's got Saint Germain elderflower liqueur.
And you've probably all got a bottle of it.
You
as
probably
well.
all have a bottle of it too.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's very good. It's called White Linen and it's a really nice, refreshing drink to get us in the summery, summer, sunny mood.
Yeah, it would be quite a good one to watch the coronation in the garden, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Good coronation.
Coronation drink. It could easily be made in jugs and stuff. So, main ingredients for this cocktail is cucumber, lemon juice, sugar syrup, Saint Germain or elderflower liqueur, and gin. But if you don't like gin, you can also use vodka or tequila, depending on whichever sort of mood you're in. So first of all, you're going to have 3 slices of cucumber per person. And I've cut my slices in half. And you're going to pop them in a shaker glass. And then you're going to muddle them. So you get your muddle stick or your rolling pin or whatever it is that you use when I've told you to muddle something. And give them a good smash. You want to get as much of the cucumber juice as you can. Oh, it's smelling good.
Such a summery smell, isn't it?
Such a good smell. Yeah, so once it's nice and smashed, you're then going to, so then you want per person a shot and a half, so 37.5 mils of gin or vodka or tequila, whichever one you're going for. So I need 3 shots because I'm doing 2.
It's been ages since we had a cocktail.
It has, yeah.
The cocktail bar up in London made the mistake of saying, if it's not on the menu, we can make whatever you like. And I said, well, can I have a cosmopolitan then?
And you didn't have any cranberry juice?
No, it's in London kitchen, you get cranberry juice. And
Don't
then put
offer
lemon
it,
in it.
you don't
see.
have
It
it.
wasn't as good as yours because you had lemon, not
Put
orange.
lemon in a Cosmo. The Saint Germain is going to be half a shot, so 12.5 mils. Because, you know, a little goes a long way with this particular liqueur.
Which is why it lasts.
Why it lasts so long. I want it to be empty. I really want the bottle on my shelf. As like make a lamp out of it. We're going to have to just drink elderflower cocktails all year. And then sugar syrup, simple syrup. I buy Monin's Gomme, but you could make it equal parts water and sugar on a hob. Same as the Saint Germain, so half a shot per person. And then you want some lemon juice, freshly squeezed, preferably. Remember that lid is not screwed on.
Okay.
Before we spill Gomme all over the carpet. Lemon juice is a shot per person. So I need 2. There we go. Then we're going to put a bit of ice in there. And give it a good old shake. Oh, hi Marianne. Didn't see you sneaking in.
Yeah, she did. Before you started your dinner.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
She knew.
Wait for you.
Wait for the cocktail. Okay, so once that's had a nice chill effect on the outside, this is in rocks glasses. So I'm doing it, these might be a bit small, but I'll just put less ice in. So in a nice, you can use, if you wanted, you could use crushed ice, or you can just use cubed ice. And then we're going to strain it out, and we are just going to single strain it because it wouldn't be the worst thing if you got some nice bits of cucumber in there. It would be quite refreshing and yummy.
A pretty colour. Marianne's put, you know me. Yes, we do, Marianne.
There you go. You want to make sure you have got space in the top, because then we're going to top it with soda water, but you could also top it with champagne or prosecco or cava, depending on how boozy you want it to be. It should be called green linen, really.
While we were in Brighton, we did a wine tasting, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we had we did one of our things that we did one evening, and we had cava, and I hadn't had cava for ages. It was really nice, wasn't it? To have, you get so used to having prosecco everywhere, and the cava was lovely.
Okay, nice bit of soda on the top, and then as your garnish, we're going to do a cucumber ribbon.
All out.
All out. I've got garnish and everything. So take the length of your cucumber, and this is a little trick I learned. With your tweezers,
your fashionista
tweezers that you bought from us, take your cucumber and then go
look
like
at
that. Mine's a bit short. Oh, mine's a bit short. There we go. And then you can just drop it in the drink.
Oh.
If I had more ice, it would sit on top. How clever is that?
That's very clever.
Yeah.
You just strain cucumber
Yeah.
yourself as well.
You get a little cucumber facial. There we go.
Oh, that's lovely.
I mean, yeah, if it had more ice, it would sit on top. And that's it.
That's great.
A little white linen.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Lovely. Oh, that's very nice. That's really refreshing. That would be a nice sitting in the garden.
It would.
Actually.
And you could make a big jug of that and then just top up with soda water as it goes, or champagne, or whatever you want.
We should definitely have that coronation. Nanny would like that.
She'd love it, yeah. Really nice, isn't it?
Cheers, Janet.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
We
Mary loves it.
We have to get a sewing tool in somehow. The tweezers from the overlocker.
You can have one for breakfast, Mary. Have a nice breakfast white linen cocktail.
Yeah, that is actually delicious.
Yeah, it's really nice. Cheers, everybody. It is really good, Ginny.
Yeah, Nanny said yes,
please. Yeah. Might be able to send Jermaine home.
Yeah, we might get through it.
Cheers, Claire. See you on Sunday. Buy a skirt. Cheers, Jackie. I hope you'll be making these this weekend, because that is really nice.
I mean, Mum's going back and back, so it must
be good. I know, it's good. But also, it's got cucumber in. Yeah. Oh, it's Marianne. Are you out in Florida as well? Oh.
Never too early, Marianne. You can be like, well, it's 6 o'clock in the UK.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Right. Lovely to see you all. Have a lovely weekend.
That's really nice. Yeah, Marianne's in Florida. Cheers, Sandra. Oh, it's been lovely to be back chatting to you all today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sue Castle said, how many sewing rooms have all the ingredients?
Only ours. Our office bar is very, very well stocked. Well, all of your sewing rooms should have
yeah, by now.
Bar. That's what we use our ironing trolley for.
Yeah, that's true.
For the bar. Claire's saying, Marianne, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, the sun's gone down. It's time for a cocktail. Oh, thank you so much for joining us. It's been really nice to catch up with you all. We won't leave it quite so long next time, although we have got the sewing retreat and several bank holidays to deal with. So it's going to be a busy old month. We'll be back at the end of May. Can't remember what date it is, but anyway, we'll let you know. We'll be back. So thanks for joining us all. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the coronation and all the bank holidays before we see you again. And catch up soon.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.